Kapag tapos ng college si BBM, hindi matalino, umaatras sa debate, hindi matapang, hindi marunong mag-Ilocano, at isang magnanakaw. Totoo kaya mga ito? Tingnan natin. Hindi nakapagtapos ng kolehiyo si BBM?
Walang duda na isa sa mga pinakaprestigyoso at respetadong universidad sa buong mundo. Tanging ang mga may pambihirang katalinuhan lamang ang itinuturing na may kakayahang makapasa at makapasok sa nasabing kilalang universidad. Ayon sa pagsisiyasat ng SM9 team dito sa UK, unang nakapag-enroll si Bongbong Marcos sa Universidad ng Oxford dito sa United Kingdom ng kursong PPE o Politics, Philosophy and Economics sa taong 1975. Ngunit nag-iba si presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos ng kurso ayon sa kanyang pahayag sa isang interview dahil na rin sa payo sa kanya. Sa halip kumuha siya ng kursong Social Studies o mas kilala na ngayon bilang Social Sciences kung saan nakapaloob sa kursong ito ang pag-aaral sa lipunan, politika, maging ang ekonomiya, relasyon sa kalakalan ng mga tao at iba pang napapaloob sa paksang panlipunan. Sa United Kingdom, bago ka makapasok sa kahit saang universidad, kailangan mong mapatunayan na may angking kakayahan ka sa pamamagitan ng pagpasa mo sa tinatawag na A-levels. Ang edukasyon dito sa United Kingdom ay may 6 na taon sa primary school, 5 taon naman sa sekundarya o high school at kailangan mong makapasa sa tinatawag na GCSE exams or General Certificate of Secondary Education pagdating sa year 11 o final year. Hindi bababa sa 10 pagsusulit ang pagdadaanan ng isang estudyante upang makapag-apply sa tinatawag na 6th form. Ito ay eksklusibo para sa 16 to 19 years old o kolehiyo naman para sa may mga kahalong estudyante na lampas 18 years old na gustong magpatuloy sa universidad. Ang 6th form o kolehiyo ay 2 taon na preparasyon para sa pag-aaral ng isang estudyante na naghahangad makapasok sa isang universidad. Si Bongbong Marcos ay nagtapos ng kanyang sekundarya at tinatawag na 6th form dito sa United Kingdom sa Worst School. Isa itong prominenteng paaralan kung saan karamihan ng nagtatapos dito ay nagpapatuloy ng pag-aaral sa Oxford or Cambridge para sa university stage nito. Kaya hindi na nakapagtataka na dito nga sa Oxford pinagpatuloy ni Bongbong Marcos ang pag-aaral niya ng universidad dahil na rin sa kalidad ng edukasyon rito. Sa usapin kung bachelor's degree ba ang natapos ni Bongbong Marcos o hindi, napapaloob sa sertipikasyon na inisyu ng universidad na nag-umpisa siya sa kanyang kurso noong Oktubre 1 sa taong 1975 at natapos naman siya noong Hulyo 1, 1978 sa kursong Social Studies at pinagkalooban siya ng Special Diploma. Ayon sa pagsusuri, ang ibig sabihin ng bachelor's degree dito sa UK ay nakapag-aral ng 3 taon at natapos ng estudyante ang kurso at napasa nito ang mga paksang tinuturo dito. Ang award naman ay depende sa nakuhang grado ng isang estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang isang estudyante sa isang universidad dito sa UK ay pagkakalooban ng grado na hindi nakapasa, 3rd, 2-2, 2-1 at 1st bilang pinakamataas na grado. Sa sertipikasyon ni BBM, nabigyan siya ng pass na ibig sabihin ay nakapasa si Bongbong Marcos sa kanyang bachelor's degree na Social Studies.
Hindi matalino?
Sa sertipikasyon ni BBM, nabigyan siya ng pass na ibig sabihin ay nakapasa si Bongbong Marcos sa kanyang bachelor's degree na Social Studies.
May ipapasa ba ni BBM ang entrance exam ng Oxford University kung hindi siya matalino? At higit sa lahat, may ipapasa niya ba ang kanyang special diploma sa naturang universidad kung hindi siya matalino? Teka, ano nga ulit yung sinabi ni ate kanina? Ulitin nga natin.
Isa sa mga pinakaprestigyoso at respetadong universidad sa buong mundo. Tanging ang mga may pambihirang katalinuhan lamang, tanging ang mga may pambihirang katalinuhan lamang, tanging ang mga may pambihirang katalinuhan lamang ang itinuturing na may kakayahang makapasa at makapasok sa nasabing kilalang universidad.
We talked about the unfortunate change that Smartmatic did.
Unfortunate, Mr. President? I think I would characterize it as rather more than unfortunate. It is illegal.
Yes, Mr. President, and I think COMELEC itself has already castigated Smartmatic for that.
Castigating Smartmatic does not remedy the situation. How was it allowed to happen? How was it allowed that the password of the COMELEC was used by a Smartmatic staff operative employee was allowed to use the COMELEC password to make that change without an end bank resolution authorizing such a change? That is a question that, as to this day, we have yet to find an answer.
And are you also saying that it only affected the vice
I
presidential
do not
race?
know what happened. Exactly. This is the whole point. We do not know what happened when Marlon Garcia opened the file and changed the so-called ENIAC. What else did he change? Did he change more? Did he change nothing? Did he change my name? Did he change the numbers? What did he do? What else did he do? And after he had done whatever it is he had to do, what else did anyone, since the file was then open, what else did anyone go in and change afterwards? And after the file was locked open, who else went into that file and made alterations? We don't know. If we can be shown that the changes were indeed cosmetic, you will never hear about this from me again.
Yes, Mr. President.
We still have to determine whether or not anything else was changed, what changes were made, who made them, and under whose authority.
What is being fought over here is fish, isda. No? And so there is also no doubt that the food security of China cannot be at the expense of the food insecurity of the rest of us.
I beg to differ that this is about fish. It is not about fish, in my view. It is about territorial waters. When we have these 200 Chinese boats coming and blocking our fishermen, it is to assert their claim that this is part of their territorial water. And that is why you cannot separate the problems that we're having with the fishermen from the larger problem that we are having in our conflicting claims with China, and for that matter, for other countries in ASEAN. And that's why we have to look at it as maybe an opening. I always mention this, that we have to try every single way that we can.
Shouldn't you lean on the Quad as a collective security arrangement?
No, because that is a military solution. And that proposes a military solution. And I do not think we want a military solution because we simply do not want a war. I do not think China wants a war. I do not think the United States wants a war. The Philippines certainly does not want a war.
Well, but Mr. Gonzalez just said that China only recognizes naked power.
Don't think that is the method for us to come to an agreement with the People's Republic of China. There are three ways to gain territory. One is upon agreement with arbitration by an international body, agreement of two or more parties. Number two is war. And number three is bilateral agreement. We're left only, I think, with bilateral agreement. And that's what we should pursue.
I would still refer back to ASEAN plus China.
I agree with ASEAN.
I'm not raining on your parade, but I doubt very much that we should lead on ASEAN.
That definitely should be part of it, because it is not a problem that we are suffering by ourselves. Other members of ASEAN have the same problem, and that is why it will be critical to have a robust and effective code of conduct between ASEAN and China must include the issue of fishing rights. They are trying to do it bilaterally, and that's why I think it is more to China prefers to handle these issues bilaterally between their country and another country. But I think that the multilateral approach is still going to be important. We will pursue every avenue that we can.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo, Senator Marcos. Kami po'y nagpapasalamat sa inyong pagpapaunlak na kayo ay aming makapanayam.
Maraming salamat sa inyong pag-aanyaya sa akin na sumama sa inyo dito sa inyong programang Bakit Ikaw?
Hindi matapang? Hindi marunong mag-Ilocano?
Tugtugaw ko akas gobernador, idikit pinampanunot ko. Metlaing, ingkarikon tibagik nga agserbi iti probinsya, ken kadagiti tao.
Magnanakaw? Kaumay ah.
And you know, I found out as I went into this case and listened to the evidence that there wasn't really any evidence that Mr. Marcos was a crook. That there wasn't really any evidence.